Well, hello again, my lovelies and lilies and lads and lords and all the dukes and duchesses and oh my god, of course the lilies. Oh my god, did I forget to mention the lily? Okay. Everybody's here tonight, I think. Everybody's here. I'm here. I'll be at the tree if you need me, okay, guys? All right. Stanley's here too, you fucking. Excuse me. Yeah. Stanley here. All right, everybody. Hmm. So, how do we tie this all up in a nice little bow? We'll see. We'll see. But there is going to be a nice little bow, I think. But the question is, where do you always begin? That is a good question. All right. Now, some of this is going to be reiterated, but okay. All right. Let me back it up and think about it. Where do I want to start? Okay. Here's where I'm going to start again. We're gonna start at the hotel. That's where we're starting. The theoretical hotel, right? Because we don't know. However, it would make sense. Let's revisit this just for a minute. It would make sense if they were at a hotel. It would make sense, right? Again, though, why not just tell us that? See, it's that easy, right? Why would that be such a big mystery? I mean, so what if they were at a hotel? I mean, yeah. So what? Right? Right. But. Ooh, it's tricky. Tricky. Because, well, then again, okay, let's say they were at a hotel. But again, then whatever Dylan said is a complete lie, right? So all of her statements and testimony and, her whatever, all her statements to the police supposedly and her grand jury testimony, then that would all be a fucking lie, guys. If this were possible, right? That's where it breaks down. Because then you really start to have to jump in the mud, okay? Then you're really off. You're in fucking mudland up here, right? But it works. It works in part. It explains the fucking stupidity, or right, not stupidity. Eh? You following me? Not stupidity that we're seeing. No. See. So we're getting there. So anyway, that's to say the hotel is bullshit. You could say maybe Bethany was at the hotel. Okay. That gets her off the hook for certain things, but not everything. Definitely not everything. No way. No. So, Stanley gets her off the hook for some things, but, not all of it. Okay. So, yeah. We have to go with what we know, which is they're supposedly both together in the house. That's what we know, right? Right. Good. We're there. Okay. All right. Hi. Well, moving on. Now that we established that, okay, getting back to, oh my God, there's so many things with this fucking shit. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get back to holding yourself up in a room for eight plus hours. Okay, let's get back to that. Remember, you're walled off in a room for 8 hours for no reason, right? What's the reason? What's the reason? Why are you sitting in a room for 8 hours for no reason? Remember, there's no threat, right? The threat is gone, whatever. I mean, the lily white saw the threat leave the house. So no threat, especially after fucking what, 3 or 4 hours, whatever. I mean, couple hours. There's no threat. Anyway, so you sit in your room. Okay, let's say we don't do that. How about this? Let's say let's say we work up the courage together, the two of us, just the two of us. And we get up our courage, and then we decide to just leave out the front door, which is right next to Bethany's bedroom, right? But something gives us the courage, empowers us, right? To not even to bother going into the house at all, right? Because you're so fucking concerned about your roommates, right? Guys, are you listening? You with me now? Master Nature, oh, he know. Master Nature is a true psychic, baby. Oh, he's not he's not Reverend D. Oh, no, no, no. He don't play that. He don't play no bread games. Oh, no. Well, sometimes he do. Actually, he still do. He still don't fucking feed us any fucking bread. Master Nature, you fucking, you stingy. Hey, let's cool it, guys. Okay, I'm just here by a tree, so shut up, please. Let me. All right, guys, shut up, guys, shut up. All right. So you work up the courage. Now this is a really good story, isn't it? You work up the courage at, I don't know, 11:35, whatever. Doesn't matter. And we boldly leave the front door together, escaping the non-threat that's going on in the house, right? Right? Have we sacrificed our brains enough yet, guys? Are you sacrificing your fucking brain to science, maybe? Oh my God. Well, listen, Stanley loves that kind of shit. If you want to get into that talk, we'll talk about that all fucking night if you want, all right? Fucking hell, Stanley. Oh my God. Hey, when I was losing the when I was in the neighborhood, Stanley. Oh no, not again, not again. What do you want, Mom? What do you want, Mom? What do you want? Stanley, I told you not to touch the dolls again. Stanley. All right. Well, let's get back to what we're saying. So, yeah. Okay. Brave, courageous, right? But you're so concerned, again, you're so concerned about your roommates that you don't even bother looking around your house before you leave the door. No, because you're so fucking concerned. Oh my God, you love your friends. You're so worried about them. You're so worried about them, right? And you don't bother to even enter back in. You don't even bother before you zip on out the front door. You don't do anything. You don't go back and check out the rooms or no, you don't do nothing like that. Right? You don't. And the question is why, guys? Why? Okay. You say, well, maybe they did do that. Okay, maybe they did. Then what's the next question? Let's say they leave their room at 8 to take a piss. They're so concerned about their roommates that, remember, they were calling them, they were texting them all this shit, right? Remember, are you okay or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you don't look around the house when you go leave your room to take a leak or when you try to leave to go outside permanently or whatever. No, you don't do any of this. You don't walk around your house. No. Because, again, if you did, what would happen? What would you do? If you're innocent, what would you do? Right. You'd call fucking 911. Not this other shit. You wouldn't be calling 4 or 5 other fucking people first. You wouldn't be fucking texting 17 fucking people first. Right? You wouldn't be calling your fucking dad? Would you? Ask yourself that question. Would you be calling your family? If you're staying in the house of horrors, would you be calling your family? Would you be texting your fucking whoever? Would you be doing TikTok and shit? Or whatever the fuck you're doing? So again, you have to believe these two innocent, non-culpable roommates hold themselves up in a room for 8+ hours. That's what you have to fucking believe, right? And then you'd have to, that's one. 2, then you have to believe that when they did leave, they didn't bother to even look around the house at all. That's the second thing you'd have to believe, right? Can you believe both of those things? Can you? Honestly ask yourself that question. If these two are innocent of the crime, or at least being accessories to the crime, can you believe 1 and 2? That they walled themselves up in a room for 8 hours plus, and then when they did leave, they didn't bother to even, they're not even curious about they don't even care about the house. Can you buy those two things? Because if you have to buy those two things to say that these two are innocent. Alrighty. We'll keep going, guys. We'll keep going. Master Nature love you. He love all you lilies and lads and lowls and lovelies and duchesses. Oh, my God. The sweet royal honey. Oh, my God. Well, Tyrone don't know about it. Never had no royal honey. Oh, my God. I mean, where you can't find that anywhere. Not even in New Orleans. Oh, my. Well, that ain't true. That ain't true. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know you love that story, the 1905, because I got, like, 10 people that saw it. So that's just a joke between me and, that's just a joke. But we'll keep going there. We'll keep going. All right. Bye-bye. Tyrone love you. And remember, you in control of yourself. Remember that. Nobody else control you except yourself. All right. Bye-bye. Love you.